Welcome to the Fit 15 podcast show, where you'll find health and fitness inspiration, motivation, and information shared in 15-minute episodes. Tune in while getting a move on to make leading and enjoying the benefits of a healthy lifestyle almost too easy. It's the Fit 15. And now your host, Catherine Basu.
Welcome to the Fit 15 podcast show. I'm your host, Catherine Basu, and I know you can't see me because this is a podcast and it's audio only, but I am over here throwing a bunch of confetti into the air because this episode is a celebration of the fact that there are now 150 episodes of the Fit 15. So celebrate with me, throw some confetti into the air if you have it. Don't make too much of a mess, but I hope you'll enjoy celebrating this with me. And in order to celebrate, I will be counting down the top 5 most downloaded episodes out of the last 50 that I've released. So from episode 100 to today's episode, because I do release a lot of episodes of the show, and I know it can be hard to feel like you're able to listen to all of them, so I want to make sure that you are enjoying the ones that have been the most popular that may apply to you and you might have missed out on. Before I do that, though, I want to just let you know that I really appreciate you for being a part of the Fit 15 podcast family, whether you have listened to no episodes besides this one so far, whether you're a new listener or you've listened to all the episodes or something in between. I appreciate you so much for tuning in. Your listens help me get more people on the show, more interesting people on the show, because I can show them the stats. Your subscribes really help as well. And of course, I love your ratings and reviews and greatly appreciate those of you who have shared episodes with friends, because the whole point of this podcast show is to inspire people to get moving, and I can't do that very well by myself. I mean, I can create the episodes and promote them as best I can, and sometimes I fall behind on doing that on social media, if you've seen my Instagram account for the Fit 15, but your ability to share that really helps a lot, helps other people find the show, helps more people get inspired. So I'm very grateful to you for being a part of this and for lending me your ear, taking the time out of your day to listen to this podcast. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I look forward to releasing a lot more episodes for you in the coming year. So this leads me to, before the countdown, just a few little notes for you in case you've missed these items. This will be the last episode of 2018. I really struggled with this decision of trying to get out more episodes and really make sure I had a solid number of episodes recorded so I could do that before spending some time with family over the holidays in December. But I made the decision to pause with this episode, and I do have some other great episodes already recorded, which will be released starting the first full week of January 7th, 2019. So if you haven't subscribed to the show yet, make sure you do that now so that you're able to be notified when the next episode goes live. If you haven't given us feedback, it sounds like there's multiple people working at the Fit 15, but sadly it's just me. If you haven't shared your feedback on the topics that you would like to learn more about or a special guest that you would like to hear from, please make sure to do that, because as much as I love seeking out guests and talking to people that I find really cool and getting my fitness and health content and questions, I guess I should say, answered, I really want to make sure this is your show as much as mine. So if you haven't reached out, you can send me an email. podcast@fitarmadillo.com is the best way to get in touch with me. And I will do my best over this month of December coming up to reach out to guests and make sure they're lined up for you in 2019 to help keep you inspired and get your fitness questions answered and all that good stuff so that it really can be your show. Speaking of making the Fit 15 your show, I wanted to remind you of something I mentioned on Monday's episode. Monday's episode was a Cyber Monday special episode where I shared specials happening over at Fit Armadillo, my fitness company, as well as from some of the guests that have been on the show and just other items that I really enjoy and love. So some of those might not be Cyber Monday specials anymore, but I would love to have you go and check out the show notes and the episode I shared on Monday just to get to support some of our guests and check out some of the great things that they have to offer. But I didn't say what I wanted to say about becoming part of the Fit Armadillo family yet, and that is that if you're looking for a gift idea and enjoy the show, I do still have some of those books I set aside for the first 5 individuals who become supporters of the Fit 15 through a $25 or more donation to the show. So if you go over to fitarmadillo.com/podcast, the podcast's webpage, you'll see a spot where you can click to become a supporter of the show. I would love for you to donate and become a supporter through any amount. I seriously and honestly mean that. There are over 2,000 subscribers of the show on one platform that I have the stats for. And I know not everyone will hear this and pledge their support, but if everyone did, that would make a huge impact. So just that small amount can really make a big impact and will help me with my goal, which is to keep the podcast ad-free in the new year. So any amount is greatly appreciated, sincerely. Please don't feel bad about any amount you would like to share. And if you make sure that you have your correct best email when you sign up, I might even do something special for my supporters. So if you do support the show, make sure you let me know that you did, either by making sure I have your best email on file when you go and do that donation to the show, or by sending me an email, podcast@fitarmadillo, to share your requests for topics. I really want, like I said, I keep saying this, but I really want to make sure I'm sharing topics and getting guests on the show that you want to listen to, but also just making sure I know that you have become part of the show in that way by offering your financial support. And I would love to do something special for all my supporters. But if you happen to be one of those lucky first five to donate $25 or more, you will get a signed hardback copy of my book, Superwomen's Secrets Revealed: Successful Women Talk About Fitting and Fitness and Dare You to Join Them. The book retails at $29.97. Oh, I have to interrupt myself, guys. Hang on. That sound is your halfway point reminder. If you're joining us and using the show to get in an out and back walk of 15 minutes, you will want to turn around now because we're 7.5 minutes into the episode. Okay. My book retails at $29.97 as a hardback copy. It has some colored picture images in there. So getting it for less than that, including shipping, is a pretty good deal, I would say, but worth it to me to make that happen for you. If you're one of those first 5, I would love to show you my appreciation by making that happen. So I'll let you know, I still have some spots for that, still have some books set aside, and I'm happy to dedicate them as well as sign them for the individual you would like to send them to. So that offer still stands. Appreciate all of you for becoming supporters, no matter what amount you'd like to give. fitarmadillo.com/podcast is where you can find out more about that. All right. Those are all the housekeeping items I have for you. I couldn't think of the word because I'm not a good housekeeper, I guess. But I want to share the top 5 episodes from the last 50 so that if you've missed them, you can go back and listen to them. Let's kick it off with the 5th most downloaded episode, which was, drum roll please, Carolyn Masuri, Dr. Carolyn Masuri's episode, How to Naturally Balance Hormones to Reduce Anxiety During Menopause. Congrats, Carolyn, for making it to the top 5 most downloaded episodes. For those of you who are considering not listening to this episode because of the title and the specific note about reducing anxiety during menopause, I want you to still listen to the episode because Dr. Masuri shares tips that are going to help you reduce anxiety, whether you are a woman or not, and whether you are approaching menopause or not. So it can be a pretty anxiety-inducing time of year, at least for me. So I know I'm going to go back and listen to that episode because these tips are things that you can do in just even a few minutes a day, maybe less, to reduce your anxiety by impacting your hormone levels, just by simple things that you can do. So you're going to learn a lot by listening to that episode, and hopefully have a less stressful time during the holidays. So I hope you'll check that out. The fourth most downloaded episode of the Fit 15 was the episode with Run It Off's Vanessa, who shared her running journey. I loved this episode. Vanessa is super cool. She started her Instagram, Run It Off, to help show how to balance things that you eat and running and activity that you do. So super cool concept. She was never a runner, was more of a soccer player, and then had an injury that had her find running and slowly but surely enjoy running. And she's become a Boston Marathon runner. She's qualified and completed Boston and is just very inspirational. So go check out that episode for inspiration, and Vanessa's Instagram and website for tips on events to run and places to check out to eat delicious foods. The third most downloaded episode of the Fit 15 was another running episode. It was all about running tips from the winner of the 2018 Ventura Half Marathon, Shane Inman. I really hope you'll go and follow Shane because he is running the California International Marathon this weekend. So it's been really fun following his journey, and I'm really excited for him. And I hope that you'll follow him as well as listen to his episode and give him a little last-minute cheer before he toes the line in Sacramento this weekend. Oh, before I get to the second most downloaded episode, I do want to mention that Shane had lots of great tips, of course, but definitely a great book recommendation. So you'll want to check out the episode for that. It might be a good gift idea for some of your family and friends. Okay, second most downloaded episode was Losing Weight After 40 with Catherine and Donald Weigel. Catherine and Donald were on the show twice this season. They shared that episode, Losing Weight After 40, which, spoiler alert, is actually possible. And they also talked about the best way to lose over 100 pounds. Catherine and Donald have both lost over 100 pounds each, so they're super inspirational, and they have a really fun podcast show called We Only Look Thin that I highly recommend tuning into while we're on our break for the holidays. So check them out for inspiration and motivation, whether you are looking to lose weight or not. I love their banter. They're just a super fun couple. So check that out from our second most downloaded guests, Catherine and Donald. And our first most downloaded episode from the past 50 was Baker Ripley's Houston Turkey Trot. So this episode was all about the Houston Turkey Trot, which has come and gone, but people are still downloading. And I really enjoyed running the event. Actually, I can tell you now that I've completed it. I was able to run that with my longtime client, Meredith Rice, who's also been a guest of the show. She's been on a few times to share about her fitness journey, which includes a running journey, but also a 70-pound weight loss journey. So lots of inspiration from Meredith, and she's become a really big runner. So she has lots of race recaps that she's done on the show that you can check out. For those of you who are interested in the Houston Turkey Trot and want to hear a little bit about that from my experience, I would say it's overall a really good beginner-friendly course. Lots of beginners were out there, lots of people who were either running or walking most of the course. So highly recommend it if you aren't a runner yet, but you've been thinking about it because you've been listening to the show, and I do have a lot of runners on the show. It's definitely one to put on your list as even your first race for 2019. Well, that is going to conclude today's episode of the Fit 15. Speaking of running, I am going to do a running-focused challenge for December, so you want to follow Fit Armadillo for the details on that. But I'm really excited about that and look forward to starting that up officially on Monday of next week, so the first full week of December. I'll give you the weekend off. But I'm personally going to be focusing on coaching more runners myself in 2019. I've got my BQ time now and have been enjoying some great running courses and certification programs that I've taken to up my running knowledge and running game. So I'm excited to be able to share that with more of my clients. And so really excited about the running focused December challenge that I'll share with you. So that's all I really have for you guys today. I've had a really great season 2 with you so far. I want to remind you to subscribe to the show so you don't miss the first episode when we go live again on January 7th, 2019. If you've already pledged your support for the show, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't yet, remember, no amount is too small. And if you're not able to donate even $1, which I think you should do, I would love for you to at least leave a rating and review on iTunes and Stitcher for the show, and to share your favorite episode with a friend and on social media, just to help more people find the show in the new year. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your November today, and kick December off on the right foot with us on Monday by trying out our running December challenge. Thanks for listening. Talk to you in January. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Fit 15. For show notes and more, visit fitarmadillo.com/podcast. See you next time.